Alexandria. Gil, good morning.
What's up, John?
All right, man. So one time my dad what? And be careful, please.
Oh, no.
All right. Well, one time we drove from Virginia to Florida, and my dad had peed 3 times already.
Yep.
So my mom was like, no more stopping. And then he ended up pooping himself.
Yep. In the car?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then that's what happened.
Yes. That's a lot. And then, was your mom mad at your dad?
She was mad at my dad, and then my dad was mad at my mom, and then everybody was mad.
Yeah. That ruins a car trip. You know what I mean? Yes, Rose.
Why, like, if he had to go, why not just be like, listen, these are your options.
You gotta
We either
understand,
stop again.
That's a Brazilian mother.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you said no, you got to understand.
Wait, this is Gil Brazil?
Gil Brazil.
Gil Brazil. Come on now. Come on now.
I just feel like she'd be more mad about him pooping his pants in the car than having to stop again.
Yeah. I mean, let's just let her see.
She had to deal with it.
That's
she
what I'm
had to deal with it, and
saying.
we all had to deal with it.
Yeah, I bet.
I get that.
So, you
all
know.
right. Gil, 1 second, sir.
no.
You were in the running. Let me go. Brittany, good morning.
Hi, friends.
Hey,
It's
girl.
Brittany in
Hi.
Florida.
Hey.
Hi.
One time my dad what, Brittany?
Y'all, when Terry and I got married a few years ago, so my dad, being who he is as a person, decided he'd wing his toast.
No.
Things that you definitely shouldn't wing in life.
Yeah.
My dad, huge heart of gold, funny person, wonderful. My parents have been divorced, 31 years now, both happily remarried for 20-plus years. Toast to my mom. They have a great, co-parent relationship. Toast to my stepdad. Toast to Terry's parents. Forgets to toast my stepmom.
That's tough. That's tough.
I know. And so in the raw footage of our wedding video, he comes back later. They have it, he comes back up to where we were and goes back and is like, I can't forget my wife, Deborah.
Yeah.
Oh, but you already did.
At that point, I'm just leave it out.
You know she was like,
Dad.
thanks a lot.
Yeah, that's tough. That's, yeah.
And she is like, redhead Southern from, Georgia. She probably gave him the scare. When that
yes.
happened.
And rightfully so. All right,
yes.
Brittany, 1 second. You were in the running.
Oh, my gosh.
Christina, good morning.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. I see what it says on the screen here, and I got questions. So one time my dad what?
One time my dad sent my friend and I unknowingly to a fetish party.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. How?
It sounds bad. It does.
No, it
but,
does.
Yeah,
Yes, it does.
It
Yes.
does sound bad.
But how can we make it sound not bad, Christina?
So my friend and I decided we were going to do a senior trip,
Sure.
for spring break from, Maryland down to Florida. And on the way, we stopped in Raleigh to see my dad. And, it was a great, 2 days, everything started off great.
Yeah.
Until he decided to, I've got tickets to go to this thing tonight. But instead of me going, why don't you go with my 2 student aides? Okay.
Sure.
Again, we're all down for a party.
Sure.
Great. We drive. Okay, first off, it was Durham. There's just things you don't do in Durham.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
When we got there, we watched, somebody walk his girlfriend across the street on a leash. And immediately I was like, I don't think we're supposed to be here.
Yeah. Yeah. So did your dad know what it was?
Oh, he knew.
Yeah.
He knew exactly what he was doing. He just didn't think to tell us.
So he just thought it
God.
was really funny, is what
Yeah.
you're. Oh my gosh.
My dad, I love him. I do. My dad was genuinely an asshole, and he
No,
found
can't
joy
say
in stuff
that.
like that.
No, can't say that word.
You
He
can't
was
say that
genuinely
word.
a poopy head. In what?
Yes. And he found joy in stuff like this.
Can I
Oh,
So
say-
as we got there,
Yeah. Oh.
as we got there, his student aide is walking across to join us in buttless chaps.
Yep.
And
No.
as
Yeah.
surprised as we are to see this, I'm like, okay, were you prepared for this? He said, no, I got these from your dad. Immediately, it ruined the rest of the day.
Yeah. Now,
So wait, his student aide got buttless chaps from your dad.
Yeah.
That's a whole other.
Christy, can I ask the question that we're all waiting to ask? Your parents aren't together, right?
No,
Yeah,
my
okay.
dad is actually passed by now.
I'm sorry to hear that.
my
I could not
gosh.
imagine being your mom and having that would be a lot to deal with. Okay.
Oh, my mother, she found every bit of comedy in me telling this story.
Oh, good.
And
All
this
right.
was only the first 3 days of our spring break.
Okay, what a great trip.
Man.
All right, Christina, 1 second. You were in the running. My goodness. Okay, this can be nearly impossible to pick a winner. Let me go right here in Baltimore. Mandy, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing well, thanks. One time my dad what?
My dad got a hold of my husband's and mine whipped cream from our adult playtime the night before.
Ah, yes. Now, how was it in the fridge or where was it? Was it in the nightstand?
So, okay, it was actually, yes, it was on our dresser, and my dad loves to eat, okay? And he was eating pie at our house, and he happened to walk by and said, "Oh, Mandy, do you have some whipped cream?" I told him no. He said, "Oh, I saw some in your room. You must have left it in there from when you ate it in there." And I was like, "Well, Dad, I think it's all gone." He said, "Oh no." He came out with a big old scoop on it, and me and my husband looked at each other and could have died because it was quite a night the night before, I should say.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
All
Yeah,
right.
don't say anything to Dad at that point.
Yeah. And
Just-
so, did Dad stay over at the house, Mandy? Did he then realize he was in the same four walls when the whipped cream was being used?
No, he came down to visit,
Got
and
you.
he just made himself too much at him,
Yeah,
I think.
I
And
guess.
Yeah.
All right. That's.
it was very gross, but very hilarious.
Oh, I bet. All right, Mandy.
I mean, he didn't question why you had whipped cream in your bedroom, like
No.
at all.
Late night snack.
No.
My
Yeah.
dad's very intelligent but very dumb.
Yeah, no, I get that. All right, Mandy, 1 second. You are in the right. Thank you so much for calling. Let me go in Severna Park. Laura, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so your dad's in the car with his friends, and what happens?
So my dad was in the car with a friend. They were sitting at a red light. There was a gas station kind of off in the distance, and they saw what they thought was a hot girl pumping gas. And they proceeded to talk about her and talk about how hot she is and blah, blah, blah. And as the light turned green and they got closer, my dad got really quiet, apparently, according to him, and he was like, "Oh, that's my daughter."
Oh,
Nope.
my.
Nope.
Yeah,
nope,
Severna
nope,
Park will do
nope,
that to you,
nope,
Laura.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
That is,
no. Oh no.
Well, how old were you, Laura, when this happened?
I would say I was probably around like 18, 20,
Okay.
something like
Yeah,
that.
that's all right.
Oh.
Do you guys still joke about it now, or do we just not bring that up ever
There's
again?
no joking with that.
Oh, I definitely still joke about it just because it makes me so uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
I
God,
bet.
that would
Okay.
make me feel uncomfortable.
Oh, yes, 100%. All right, Laura, 1 second. You were in the running. Okay, Jocelyn, good morning.
no.
Good morning.
All right, so one time my dad what?
He chased after a burglar in his tidy-whities that tried to break into our house when we were younger.
I mean,
Oh my gosh.
I'd be scared. Is your dad
I would be too.
physically like a scary guy?
Well, he was. Unfortunately, he did pass away.
I'm sorry to
but,
hear that.
Well, it's fine. Thank you. But he was a military police officer,
Oh, yeah.
and he actually worked at nights. But this night he didn't work, and he was at home sitting in his tidy-whities, getting ready to go to
Yeah.
bed. Heard a noise downstairs and went downstairs, and a guy was breaking into our house. And the guy saw him, and he ran out of the house. My dad ran right behind him, tackled him in the road, and then brought him back to the house, put him in handcuffs, and wait till the other police officers came and arrested him.
Dang.
Dude, if a ripped dude in underwear was running at me, I'd get excited first, but then I'd be very, very scared.
I would be terrified.
Jocelyn, 1 second. You were in the running. My goodness.